Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing LEGO sets and building them and other LEGO related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at a LEGO Technic magazine and the kind of foil paper poly bag thing here. I do have my representations of Sobrix and Missy Alexander over here, which came with me to Europe when I was on a bit of a vacation, and this is another one of the things I brought back, again, because these magazines aren't available in the United States. I did want to pick some up, and this one, I believe, is in French. I'm almost certain about it. It does have, does it say anywhere? I mean, I think just I can tell it's not Italian. It also does say, like, Belgique, and I'm assuming this is like Belgian and Swiss here, referring to the price, and I think those places both speak French and are close by. So anyway, that's that. It does come with this interesting limited edition Lego card here, which is really cool. It did get a little bit damaged, a little bit bent here. It also wasn't in a sometimes these magazines come in like a plastic package or something like that, or have an extra layer of like cellophane or whatever. So this does have a little bit of a crease here, but it does have Thanos and Ronin on there, and it has it says, limited edition, but in French on here. So that's kind of interesting. Fine to get that. I don't know how valuable it is. And then this is, I believe, the first issue of this Technic magazine here for 2024, and it comes with a wrecking ball crane, which I believe is sort of mentioned here, but has a ton of other stuff there. I'm also excited to see what a Technic magazine looks like here, because the other ones have like a ton of activities and comics and different stuff, so I don't know what's going to be inside here compared to the other ones that I've looked at that have been primarily superheroes. So interesting to look at this. But first thing I'm going to do is remove the bag here without doing too much damage, and we can get more of a look at this. I do not speak French. I know very little, and I cannot read it either, but I can kind of do my best here. I think this is, in space, constructing that Technic planetary thing. There's some posters in here. I don't know what this is saying, but like ×2 and ×2 down there, and Technic. I don't know if it's, I'm actually not sure what Vitesse is, but something and innovation here, as well as some other stuff. So I'm just going to kind of flip through this and see. I'm not going to be able to, go through this like I would on a English language one, but we do have the table of contents here showing some different stuff. Here we have, actually this is interesting, there's a lot more like reading in here than I would have thought. So this is looking at different Technic sets as well. Oh wow, this is like an original set here for the Peugeot Le Mans car, and I have the set, like the Technic set version, but this one is huge. It says maybe it has over 600,000 pieces. That's cool. Maybe a little excerpt with the designer of this one, looking at some of this huge Technic set that came out. Also talking about some of the control stuff. Here it looks like we have a little bit of a game activity here. I think play is maybe that. Here we have a look at one of the pullback vehicles that is not one I've looked at yet, but I know that I've seen it on shelves, and we actually get like a cross section of what the pullback piece looks like in here, which is cool to see. I've never seen that, and it looks like it has some information about that. More stuff about, this is about maybe the thing here, a little thing about Lego Masters, and just different gears and different mechanisms that can be made with Technic stuff. So I think mechanism and, for different movements and different functionalities and the advantages of different systems like here and all that, which is very neat to see. Again, I don't know all of this. And then trying to figure out what this might be, but a little thing looking at different scales here. This something to do with an eclipse, and then I think I don't know what that is. Another play thing or a different exercise, maybe with putting together some different mechanisms, some different gear structures, some different things to figure out how this works. So actually is like, if someone's interested in the more mechanical aspects of some things and how these things work together, maybe a young burgeoning engineer would maybe get a lot of value out of this. And then we have a little bit of history of, I think, helicopters in terms of Technic, including some Da Vinci info there from a very early design of a flying machine using kind of a rotary blade there. And so we have stuff going back all the way to the 70s here, and into the 90s and into the 2000s, and maybe into their modern times, but these are kind of all scattered around there. This is maybe, what are we doing here? Is this math, or more or less than a certain amount of pieces? Just kind of guessing on there. Maybe that's what that's doing here. We do have a couple posters. So this one is for the Lamborghini. Which one is this? Not Hurricane. I don't remember which one. But I believe I've put this together. And then the other side has the John Deere stuff. We have a little bit of an ad for Ninjago. Then we have the build that comes with this set, which is this wrecking ball crane. Looking at some of the stuff, the instructions are all down here on the bottom, so I'll have to go, this is interesting. The English ones that I've looked at in the English language that are superhero things, all the instructions were on like one page, but we'll have to go through that. But information about and good images about what this type of machinery would do out in the world. Looking at different pieces, maybe talking about the designer here, a little interview with the designer. Looking at some other Technic sets. I think this is, this Kawasaki Ninja. I haven't looked at that one yet, but I believe it's in like the $80 range. Pretty cool there. Some more stuff, and then looking at a bunch of the other Lego magazines like Ninjago, Friends, Jurassic World. I don't think I saw any Jurassic World ones when I was over there. Minecraft, Spider-Man, Star Wars, no Batman on there, but there was one at the beginning. And then I don't know if this was like a thing to win, two of these sets, or those were available to win. Looking here at a Technic set I've looked at on the channel before, and then maybe some final activity things here before the answers. Little ad in the back, and that's everything there. So pretty cool. And yeah, like I say, I don't know a ton of what all that was saying, but very interesting. Hopefully I did a good enough job kind of stumbling my way through that. And now I'm excited to look at this build for this wrecking ball crane here. This has 86 pieces in it, which is a good amount for one of these little things. And I'm excited to put it together. I do like the little like Technic $10 boxes, and I've looked at a couple Technic poly bags, maybe only one or two in the past, but this is a neat little idea here. And let me see, where are my instructions? After the posters, there we go. So in this video I'm going to open up the bag here and put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build for this LEGO Technic paper pack, foil pack, poly bag like thing from this LEGO Technic magazine from France. This is the Wrecking Ball Crane. I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and then remind you, if you like the video, click the thumbs up. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. That helps me a lot. And this comes together somewhat quick. It's a small set, so thanks for watching, and now on to my review for this set. Okay, so that is this LEGO Technic magazine foil pack, paper pack, poly bag type set for this Wrecking Ball Crane. This is really interesting. You know, when I talked about the piece count, I sort of forgot to mention, normally I would have pointed this out, is that they do have the treads on here, and so that does make up a considerable amount of the piece budget of this, but it's still, you know, something, and what we have here is still somewhat substantial and has some good stuff. And so I think that's nice. I do like the amount of like construction type stuff, different cranes and excavators and different things that have been coming out in Technic. I know the one that they showed in here, the I think it's the Liber 7 billion whatever. It's like super expensive, very heavy, because it has some counterweights and all this different functionality here, and you know, that one is cool. But they're also in the city line. There have been a couple of cranes, especially a new one and an excavator and stuff that are similar in shape to this, if not automatically similar in function. But this is really cool, so we'll get into it. And you start by building the base of this, and it's pretty straightforward. We have a couple of those half beam pieces there. We have to build asymmetrically to make everything kind of interlock, but pretty straightforward here. You do add some gears in pretty early on for some of the function here, and then we do spend some time with the treads. Interestingly enough, in the instructions, at least I didn't see a number put to each of these, and so I wasn't 100% sure what each amount needed, so it's a little bit of trial and error and just sort of seeing. And then I realized, like they typically do, they put an extra one of these like tread pieces into, or the track pieces into there, so I had to get them so they were equal length, and then remove one link from each side to kind of get the best fit there. But I think that works pretty well. And then you start working on kind of the main thing here, which is the crane, the wrecking ball arm, and this, which I think is supposed to be kind of the cab, maybe where somebody would sit, and then you add this longer beam here, little support beam over there, there also that might serve as kind of a representation of a lift arm, if it had some functionality. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any way to lift this up and down as is right now, but that's okay. We do add the wrecking ball at the end with a small chain piece here, and that's pretty good. And then what the functionality is you have this gear back here, which is for whoever's playing with this to turn, and that connects with the gear down here. They're actually the same size gear, and then there's another the same sized gear going a different way, kind of right there, under the base of kind of the main cab area. So this can swing back and forth, and it can turn all the way around. It has very fine clearance over the tread, over the wheels, over these tracks here on the side. It can spin all the way around no problem, which is really good. When you get around to the back, you know, my fingers are in the way a little bit, but you can still make this go around. It feels pretty sturdy. And then one of the last things you get here, which you can just sort of see on the thing, but they weren't in the instructions at all as far as I could see. We get some of these tan masonry bricks here, and those can serve as sort of walls or different things that this wrecking ball might be you know, knocking over, and you can get a little bit wild with it. You get 6 of these bricks, so you can have them in different orientations. I think here they have like 3 stacked up, and then 2 side by side with 1 joining them. You could also do it in, you know, something like that, and then kind of knock those over, which is fun. I actually like how you know, just with a very short turn, this spins, you know, a quarter of the way around, which is really nice. And this wrecking ball can get pretty violent. I wasn't sure how strong the connections these would be, or if that ball would come flying off. I think for the most part, it's pretty good. I'm really kind of giving it here, and it's all staying on well enough. I think maybe this loosened up a little bit, but maybe not. And so that's really, really good. I would be interested to see what the designer, you know, has to say about this. Maybe this is like the, I don't know, the diversity of Lego pieces fascinated me, is maybe a rough translation to that, just based on what I'm looking at. But I don't know what else they say in here, but I do spy some yes, some minions and some Nexo stuff here, and that's very, very cool. So I don't know this designer. Maybe they designed just elements. Maybe they designed this build. It looks like they have some kind of prototypes or different things there with different pieces being used to make a similar base. So that's very cool. I'll be interested in reading this in English if I can get that, but that's very cool, and I think this is a perfectly fine build. This feels about right for a poly bag or a paper bag or a foil pack. It's smaller than a poly bag, I think, but just barely, so it's in this nice middle ground. It's certainly smaller than a boxed set in Technic, if that's $10, $12, $15, anything like that. When you get into the box size, this is pretty small, but you know, it's a serviceable little thing here. And if people are interested in construction, and maybe in this case demolition, and just big machinery, heavy machinery stuff, I think this is pretty cool. And like I say, for the young, or just the all engineer types or mechanical minded people, or whatever that maybe Technic speaks to, maybe there's some really, really cool information in here. If I could read it, I would be able to say for sure, but that's what it seemed like to me, which I would always encourage. I think that's very, very positive and very cool. And overall, I think this is a fine build. Like I said, you do get some extra pieces here, with just these tread linkages, 2 extra ones of those. Surprisingly, those came in their own smaller paper bag inside of this, which is kind of nice, I guess. And Yeah, I think I don't know if I mentioned the price that I paid for this. I think it was, yeah, about €8, which actually, when I get down, it's like 7.99, which in the conversion there, I think that's almost close to $10, maybe 9 something, I believe, but I'm not positive. It's a little different than the pounds UK, and that's just what it says here, and I think I just paid the retail price. So I didn't get these for a deal. I just bought these, but I also don't think I like overpaid for them or paid for a premium. I think those are just the price that they are printed at, the MSRP, and that's what they're sold at. So I'm not too worried about that. Part of this, I was on vacation. I was willing to spend a little more and bring these home with me because I did really want to experience some of these, and so I don't mind this. I think, yeah, if this is a $5 set here, that makes sense to me. It feels about right. Actually feels kind of good. You might be able to buy just the paper pack of this for less than that, but that's something. I don't know how to value this card. I don't know if there is any value to it, especially now that it's somewhat damaged, somewhat bent. There's a noticeable crease there. So as far as trading cards go or collectibles go, maybe this one's not so good, but I do know that some of the other ones that I brought back from my Europe trip came with more of these different kinds of limited edition trading cards, collectible cards, or whatever. So that is fine there. And overall, this was really enjoyable, except not being able to read everything in here. So still very, very fun for me. I liked building the set, and the great thing about Lego instructions, for the most part, they cross language barriers there. So even though if I can't enjoy all the activities and all the interviews and all the information that is in this magazine as it stands, I was still able to build the set, and I think that's wonderful. And then there's a little more motivation for me to keep trying to learn French here. So that's very fun. I like this. I thought this was really enjoyable. So very good. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more LEGO Technic, more construction vehicles, heavy machinery, and then tons of other Lego sets, more magazines, but stuff from all different themes, all different shapes, size, price point, piece count, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming Lego videos. And if you want to support this channel and support my videos here, you can do that here on YouTube with membership supers and thanks. If you wanted to give money to the channel, those are the ways to do it here. I also have the Patreon. It's in the video description on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. So again, if you feel like supporting the channel monetarily or financially, those avenues are out there. It's not needed, it's not necessary, but it is extremely helpful. So thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.